Welcome back to the LeMieux National Dressage Championship fan zone, and we're going young, we're going youth side now, Bobby. Like, we've had us old birds on the stage for a while now, but we have two fantastic riders with us, Jessie McConkey and Myles Graham. Thank you so much. You're looking slightly terrified. Don't look so worried. Myles has got the mic first. Jess, was this deliberate? You've just thrown it at him.
He literally didn't really have a choice, Jess.
And you will be starting with this microphone. Well, if you're going to be good at riding, you've got to get used to holding a microphone and doing interviews with people like us. But first of all, Myles, bronze medal, team bronze medal. You guys have had an amazing summer. How's it feel to be here at the Nationals? Are you having a good few days?
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. Obviously, the Europeans was just phenomenal. The atmosphere was amazing, and the atmosphere here is just amazing too.
And I think it was 1998 the last time a team medal was won by young riders and by the juniors. So quite a lot of pressure on your young shoulders going into that. What were the celebrations like after? That must have been pretty momentous getting that medal.
Obviously, it's going to be in my memories forever, but it was just outstanding. Couldn't ask for more from my horse.
And it's so important, isn't it? You have ridden, I mean, you're the only person to ride, what is it, ponies, juniors, young riders, old riders, what's
the old ones that were in the middle that no one really knows about, the U25s. I was, then Lottie did it, didn't she? But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic having the experience, and it was always interesting. I was speaking to you a little bit earlier than I was, but you had the opportunity to go for pony Europeans and junior Europeans, and you chose junior Europeans. Why?
Well, first off, the home Europeans would have been absolutely amazing. The atmosphere from the British crowd, and Poland was a very long way. So
just going to go and see if I can.
Very long. 15 years old. That is incredibly young. How did you feel coming down the centre line at your first ever junior Europeans?
A little bit nervous, but it was super. I loved it, every second of it.
Typical, isn't it?
And being in that team event, how did that make you feel? Did you almost feel a little bit more like, I've got this because there's a team behind me?
Yeah, I really liked
it's definitely more comforting with people behind you. It's always been about a team.
And any advice from any of like the older riders or anything on how to cope with nerves? Because I'm guessing suddenly being in a team situation, that's a whole nother level of nerves. Did anyone give you any pearls of wisdom or any advice?
Obviously everyone helped me along the way, but I have my own ways of staying focused, but everyone was really helpful.
Yeah. Right, well, we'll talk to Jess. You can't have that microphone at some point. Pass it over. He's like, yes, get it away from me. Jess, now, first of all, you've actually worked under Lottie, and you've been over and spent a year over with the Van Hulst. How was that? That must have been incredible.
Really cool. It was really cool to be part of the team, especially when she was campaigning for the Olympics. That whole experience. And you don't get to be part of that very often, so I felt really lucky.
And is Lottie someone that you've looked up to before then? Before you went out there, were you like a big fan?
Yeah, I mean, I was part of the World Class programme, so through that she was my mentor.
Oh wow, what a mentor.
I know. So I just phoned her up and I was like, I don't have anywhere to work, what shall I do after school? And she took me under her wing, so really lucky.
And she's an incredible rider, very inspirational. What's she like? What was she actually like? We've seen her with a mic, we've seen her. Is she as lovely as she seems? Come on, give us a gossip.
Yeah, sometimes cutthroat.
Oh, really?
No. I mean, she's so lovely, really supportive, and to have someone with so much experience but a similar age behind me made me feel like she really understood what I was going through, especially in the under-21 stuff. So I was really, really lucky.
And very hard-working, isn't she? I mean, she is a proper worker.
She inspired me every day because of how hard she worked, and it definitely pushed me more, yeah.
And you come from a non-horsey family.
Yeah.
So how's that been? Like, have you had to teach your family about dressage and understand what the dancing horses is all about?
A steep learning curve, to say the least. Me and Mum have definitely learnt along the way together.
Yeah.
But then, like, having a team around you has been the most important part of making it all work.
And you've got a couple of incredible horses. Tell us a little bit about them. They're making you smile. Tell us about your ponies.
Lady Gaga, my top horse.
Millie, isn't she?
Millie, yeah. She always makes me smile. She's really special. She was my first horse, and I've done the whole thing, the whole journey up until now with her. and there's never a day that she gives me a bad feeling. And Wilson, my boy that I brought here, he won the PSG yesterday, and he tries just as hard. So yeah.
And it would be a dream, wouldn't it, to be going and work with someone like Lottie?
It really would, and it's interesting as well that you only about 3 months now with Amy Woodhead in the team, which again is fantastic. Different, you got a little bit more of a family sort of aspect there. But tell us, how's that being there every day as well?
Again, they're like just as supportive, like Amy, Tracy, Jenny.
Because they're all sat there now.
They're sat watching me. They're definitely going to give me a grilling after this. No, really supportive. I love being part of it. I feel like they've taken me as part of their family, so yeah, it's great.
And it must be great for your riding, because you were just saying there you get to sometimes sit on a 14-2 pony.
I sit on like 13-hand ponies to like the advanced horses, 4-year-olds. I love it. I mean, I even got the little pony to Piaf the other day. So.
And I'm going to make you give that back to Myles, because I want to know about Una. Because I've looked at your TikTok. You dressed her up as a ghost. Like, what is going on? And is she the most chilled horse in the world? Like, what is going on, Myles?
Una is just amazing. But that wasn't my TikTok. I used Becca's old TikTok.
Yeah.
So Becca dressed her up, but they've got an amazing relationship together, and she's so cool.
And she's a princess, I've heard. She's a bit of a princess, yeah?
Yeah, she's an absolute princess and loves her tummy more than anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, is she into, like, is it carrots is her thing, polos?
Bananas, that's the top one.
Bananas?
Yeah.
Bananas?
Yeah.
That's quite strange. Does she eat the whole thing, or do you have to peel it for her like a princess?
Oh, peel it like a princess.
Oh my goodness. But that relationship is so important. Are you guys, like we were speaking to Lottie earlier, it's so important to have that relationship on the ground as well as on board. Have you got that with Una? Does she, when she sees you coming, is she a fan? Is she cuddly?
She definitely hears me coming. She knows my walk. When I come onto the yard, I give her an apple every time.
Yeah, spoil them. That's important. And for you, Myles, obviously, growing up into the sport, you're a big fan of the sport. I've seen some quite cute videos and interviews of you when you were much younger as well. I think 9 years old, and there was an article on the Horse and Hound about you. Who has been your inspiration? Well, I've just literally sprinted back from an interview with Carl. Who is it that you've followed?
So my mum coached Becca as she went through the Pony Europeans, and I was there when Phoebe Peters won gold.
Oh, wow.
And I was lucky enough to know her a bit closer, and I've always looked up to her as my inspiration for the sport.
Oh, amazing. And I'm going to ask them, actually I'll ask you this as well, if you could ride any horse in the sport, old, past or present, who would it be?
Well, that's quite a difficult question, because everyone loves their own horses, but I think it would be my old pony, Jinx, because he gave me like the inspiration. He took me up the level, and he's retired now, but I think that would be the one, because he was there, part of my childhood.
Oh, see, who would you ride if you could ride any horse?
I would really have liked to win Vallegro.
I've ridden Vallegro,
you got
by
the
the way, just throwing it out there.
Literally,
I've ridden Vallegro.
Of course, you'd love to sit in them. I mean, you have. Let's just say, very jealous of you there.
You've ridden Glamourdale.
Not finished yet. There's still another to go as well.
Walked him in for Lottie and trotted once or twice, but I was sat in the saddle and it did give me a very nice feeling. So.
That's right. I tried to do a Piaf and Passage on Vallegro, and Carl's words were me, not an Olympic one, Jenny. Thanks a lot. Nearly fell off backwards in canter. So if you could ride any horse other than Glamourdale, who would you like to ride?
Everdale,
Piento.
Should I just list them all? Yeah.
And has Lottie been your inspiration, or were there any other riders?
100%. Yeah.
And did you guys watch the test when she became world champion?
I had goosebumps. I think I was probably nearly crying. Yeah.
Amazing. I did cry. I definitely did cry.
Yeah.
And look, I suppose for us, who was your inspiration coming through the ranks?
I think always sort of Jenny Dawson Clark. I love following Jenny Dawson Clark and watching, and it always Emma Hindle, Isabel, Vert, obviously Carl. You know, they're all there, aren't they? Everyone that you get to see, you're learning something from all the time. So I think they all become an inspiration.
And it's looking good. You guys are flying. It's so amazing, isn't it? British Dressage now, and there's a really strong youth and junior team. So it's exciting times for you guys.
Yeah, I can't wait for next year. You excited?
He doesn't have to do more of this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Europeans I'm really excited for next year, and hopefully we can build on our scores, I think.
So that's good news.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming. I know you've got to run off and see some help some in the warm up. But thank you so much for coming on the stage. I know it's nerve wracking, but get used to it. Go and ask Carl Hester. He is a master of it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for coming on, and it is looking so bright, the future for British dressage.